Now 14. Find the angle and the dot product for vectors u for I plus 3j and v I minus j. Well, first let's just let's just remember what does it mean, those I, j and k, okay? They just mean these. It is the same, in the same way we have like the three coordinates x, y, z, okay? And how do you know x, y, z? Well, let's suppose this is x, okay? This is y, okay? Let's suppose this is x, y, the z would be that. How do you know that z is here and not down? We do this. We take our thumb right into the origin, and we take our hand and do this. That movement, okay? If it goes from x to y, the z is going to point towards your thumb. Okay, that's how we know the direction of z. And in the same way, we can also describe, because those are coordinates, okay, the Cartesian system of coordinates, and we also have vectors describing those axes. And this is going to be, I'm going to use a thinner pen, is going to be more precise. So this is vector I, vector j, and vector k. Well, there is another way to represent those, and it can be like this, just like that, okay? And we might say, for instance, let's suppose this is I and this is j. What is going to be k? Well, look, we have to take our thumb right at the origin, go from, let me see, okay, from, oh, I have to, let me place down here, a little bit close, okay, so, okay, you just take your thumb right over the origin, and your fingers go from x, from I to j, just like that, okay? And if you do this, the k is going to be your thumb pointing up. So this is just that. 1 second, okay. So your k, it is going to be up, and when it's up, we do this. And if it were to be down, we would make a cross, okay? For instance, let's draw another one. Let's draw, for instance, let's suppose we have this in here. Yeah, let's just draw the same, but now let's change. Let's suppose this is I, this is j. Now you see, look, we would have to make it down, okay? Because from I to j, okay? And now your thumb is pointing down, and so k would be like this. It is a cross. And the reason for that, imagine we have an arrow in here. When the arrow points up, we can see the very tip of it, okay? This is the tip. It's very pointed, okay? It's very sharp. But when we see the bottom of it, we just see the X, okay? And that is what it means to be up and down. Well, all that to say, a little bit down here, all that to say that this is the same as if we just write like this, u equals 4, 3. And this is the same as 1 minus 1. xy, xy. Those are vectors, and they point, the I pointing towards the x, j towards y, and k towards z. Now, let's just solve the equation. It means, well, let's start from The dot product is going to be in between. Remember, we have this relation A scalar B, those are vectors, is going to be what? Module of A times the module of vector B times the cosine of the angle, and this angle, it is the angle between A and B. Okay? Now, when you want to find the angle, we just want the cosine of that angle. So the cosine of alpha, it is going to be, this is going to be A scalar B. And what is A scalar B? It is just, we multiply 4 by 1 plus 3 times minus 1 divided by the modulus. The modulus is just square root, okay, of 4 squared plus 3 squared. So let's just put the modulus. In our case, it's going to be what? Well, it's going to be a summation of 4 times 1 plus 3 times minus 1. And what is going to be the modulus for u? Let's even put in here. The modulus for u is going to be square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared. Is going to be what? Square root of 16 plus 9, which is 25, which is just 5. Now, what is the modulus of v? It is just square root of 1 squared plus 1 squared, okay? And this is just square root of 2. Now, square root of a, it is going to be just 5, okay? Or just square root of 25. And now square root of 2. Why? Because b, it is going to be that, okay? That part in here. Well, this is going to be 4 minus 3, which is just 1, okay? This is just 4 minus 3. And this is square, okay, this is 5, so 5 square root of 2. And this is just what? 4 minus 1 over 5 square root of 2. Let's just multiply. I'm going to continue down here, okay? There is no more space in here. So this is going to be 1 over 5 square root of 2. But like I said, we don't leave the square roots at the denominator. Let's get rid of that square root of 2. This is going to be just square root of 2 divided by 10. Well, in the end, this is the cosine. Let's put in here. So cosine of alpha, it is just square root of 2 over 10. Therefore, alpha is going to be the arc cosine of square root of 2 over 10, or just the inverse cosine of square root of 2. Here is our calculator, and let's just plug in here. Okay, let's just type in here. Now, it's going to be arc cosine of square root of 2 divided by 10. Okay, or cosine inverse cosine of square root of 2 over 10. Make sure it is on degrees or in radians, depends on what you want. I want to give the answer in degrees, so I'm going to leave in degrees in here. And this is, so this is the answer. The angle, it is going to be 81.9 degrees. And this is the angle that they are asking. And they are also asking the dot product. The dot product, it is exactly this, okay? This is the dot product. So the dot product, it is just 1. Okay? Of course, on your exam, don't do this. I'm just trying to make simpler. This is dot product, remember? Dot product. Okay, the dot product, it is a product that has a dot in the middle. Don't put a cross in here, okay, like this. It's wrong. Okay, this is cross product. Cross product is something different, and that's it. That's the exercise. Okay, there is nothing more to explain here. It's a very simple one. Just apply the formula.